Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank y'all so much for stopping by again today. A woman in Dumaguete was stabbed in the back and killed. And according to GMA Network, it was for refusing to give a begging drug addict money. Now, there's some more stories floating around on YouTube, on Facebook, that says the woman may have given the guy 5 pesos and he was unhappy with that. And when she turned to leave, he snuck up behind and stabbed her in the back. It's one of the most saddest, most tragic stories I've ever come upon since I've been here in the Philippines. It shook me to the core. That's why I had to make a video about it. I refuse to let this woman die in vain. We're going to help somebody with this video. It's the beginning of the Christmas season here in the Philippines, and I can just only imagine what her family is going through. We want to send our sincerest condolences to her family. This isn't typical of what goes on over here. I just want to let you know that I don't want anybody to panic. But what is typical is in cities like Dumaguete and San Carlos, there are going to be people out there begging. And there's usually 3 types of beggars that you're going to run into. Number 1 is the children. This is a red flag. Children are not going to be wandering around in the street 3 and 4 years old by themselves begging. They're part of a child mob, part of a child gang. Be really, really careful when you see a child come up to you asking for money. There's going to be drug addicts. You're going to know them. But what you don't know is how desperate they are, how hungry they are. Are they looking for another hit? Whatever it is, you don't know. But you're going to be confronted with them. There's going to be the mentally unstable. You're going to see them. This is part of the disabled crowd of people that you're going to see out there. Some of them are physically disabled. Some of them are mentally disabled. But whenever you're confronted, you just have to make the decision, do I help or not? And that's what this video is about, to kind of give you some guidance of what to do when people come up to you and ask you for money. Because it's going to happen. You're going to see it over here. It's no different than any other place. In America, they usually standing on a corner with a sign or in front of the liquor store. Or if you go on the Magnificent Mile, they're just sitting there by the subway asking for money. But here, as a foreigner, you're going to be targeted because they think you've got the money. They think you can afford to give. Now, let me say this here. The Philippines has laws against panhandling. And the locals would tell you, hey, don't give money, give food. But sometimes there's not going to be a bakery nearby. Sometimes there's not going to be a carinderia around. So you're going to have to make that split-second decision. And the default is always to give. Always carry some change with you and some small bills like a 20 pesos because it may save your life. When you walk past people like that, look them in the eye. Let them know that you know they're there. Keep your head on a swivel. If at all possible, avoid them. If you see them, cross the street. I turn around and go the other way. But if you have no other choice and you have to think about it, you always give and keep going. Live to see another day, ladies and gentlemen. My life is worth more than 20 pesos or 50 pesos. I don't have time to stop and think, oh, is it unlawful? Is it moral? Am I going to keep them out there longer to go and bother somebody else? I can't save the world, but I can save my life for just that split second. This is very tragic. You know, Maryland cried about it. A lot of people are upset about it. We were talking about, hey, is there anything we could do over here to prevent something like that from happening in San Carlos? Because There's beggars here. But it's the same beggars. I see them every single day. They know me. I know them. Sometimes I help them if I got money. Sometimes I don't. We were confronted by a little 14-year-old guy. I've seen him several times when we left the gym tonight. We gave him 50 pesos. Was it the right thing? I don't know. He seems to be okay. I mean, he doesn't bother anybody. But I don't have time to think if it's lawful or not. I'm saying, here, man, if this 50 pesos is going to help you buy some rice or some bread or whatever it is, because the last time I saw him, we had some food. We gave him that. But don't take anything for granted over here. And this is what we do. We come to the Philippines, we watch all these sugary videos, and we drop our guard. And we think, oh, it's safe over here. I don't have anything to be worried about over here. This woman was innocent. An innocent victim of this act of violence. One of the worst acts of violence that I've ever come upon since I've been coming to the Philippines. She lived outside of Dumaguete in a little place called San Jose. I pass it all the time coming from Dumaguete to San Carlos City. I'm going to have to walk right past that there on my walk. She had 2 bags in her hand. Walked past him for whatever reason. He's angry. High off that glue, according to news reports, and stabs this woman. A local woman, man. She never saw it coming. She bled to death, basically what happened. So how much more would you be stabbed as a foreigner if they're going to stab their own like that? You know. I'm outraged, man. I really am. That's why I made the video. I could not let this woman die in vain. I'm going to try to help somebody else. I'm going to try to save somebody else's life if I can. When you have to think about it, when there's nothing else you can do, reach your damn hand in your pocket and give them 20 pesos and keep going. Okay? It's really, really sad. This is the reason I did the video walking the streets here. Because I want you to see it's not typical. They've got the same little band of beggars here. They're harmless, really. But who knows what the next day may bring. You don't know how long they've been out there. You don't know how desperate they are, how hungry they are. You don't know if they're trying to get another hit or not. If I can avoid them, I will. But a lot of times, you're not even paying attention. And next thing you know, boom, they right there in front of you. Well, what do? If it's a child, you keep going. You have to keep going. Trust me, he's not by himself. He's part of a gang. And the minute you pull that 20 pesos out, you're going to be surrounded. Okay? I know it's going to pull at your heartstrings. But you got to do the right thing. But the drug addicts, you're going to know what they are. You can see them. You can see straight through them. The drug addicted or the mentally unstable. Cross the street, man. Or go the other way. The only people I really help without even thinking about it is the disabled. Because you're going to see them. They're horrifically disabled. When they're disabled here, they're disabled. There's a guy that I give money every time I see him. He's in a wheelchair. And I know he may be hustling. So what? You know, that's his job, really. But a lot of these times when you run up on these drug addicts, man, you really, really have to be careful. Because, see, most of us, we're going to end up in one of these urban cities. Metro, Manila, Cebu, Dumaguete, Davao, like that. Bacolod. And you're going to see it, man. It's going to be staring you right in the face. And you're coming from the West. Oh, I feel so sad. And let me give them all my money. Because the first time I came to the Philippines, I probably gave away $500. And that's the truth. If I could do it all over again, I would not have done it. The woman who I was with, she told me don't do it. But I did it anyway. I was hard-headed. I'm telling you to just use your common sense. You're going to know when to give and when not to give. But when you have to think about it, you take that money out of your pocket and you give it to them. It may save your life, guys. Thank y'all so much for stopping by. Oh man, it's a tragic story. I know that the family is probably going over and over in their heads. What could the lady have done any different? Because that could have been Merlin. That could have been her mother. This is why I'm so mad about it. It could be your girlfriend. This woman probably had gotten off from work, had the groceries or whatever, going to catch the jeepney or the bus home, was confronted by this guy, gave him the money or not, kept walking because she probably passes people like him every single day. But this particular day, this guy had reached his boiling point. And see, this is the dangerous part. We don't know who's at their danger point and who's not. This is when you got to use your common sense and say, here, man, take this 20 pesos. It may not be the right thing to do. I may be breaking the law, but I'm going to live to see another day. My life is worth more than 20 pesos or 50 pesos or whatever it is. So if you're in America, it's early, you're getting up, you're ready to go to work, to school, to the gym, wherever you're going. If you see somebody out there in the street that needs help, help them if it's not going to put your life in jeopardy. Because this is a wake-up call for us, guys. You have to be aware of your surroundings over here. You got to keep your head on a swivel. We drop our guard because the Philippines, it is nice over here. It is safe. But that doesn't mean that you don't have to be aware of what's going on around you. Look the people in the eye. I promise you. It's going to help in a lot of the situations. Don't just walk past them. Acknowledge them with that eye contact. It's not a day goes by, I don't help somebody. It's midnight here already. I love St. Carlos City. They got a great police force. You see, nobody's really out walking around and panhandling right now. Every now and then, you'll see a band of people come in here, they're snatchers and stuff, but the police will catch them right away because they know who's doing it. But it's very safe here. I hope you were able to help somebody before you get into bed tonight. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time. Rest in peace, man. If I got anything to do with it, it'll never happen again. We want to try to do something, man. Start some type of, but I can't really do it, man. I'm a tourist. But I'd like to feed people on Saturday or something. I know that I was a priest, the priest that blessed our home, did our housewarming. I know that they go out. I'm thinking it's every Friday night. I'm going to get back with him. I'm going to start donating to them because they go out and they feed the hungry. Take care, everybody.